All right. It is actually November the 18th at 3:47 in the PM. This is a PM transmission here. Don't do as many of these as I do the AM, but had a little Thanksgiving on my mind because we're a week away from the big day, and I'm actually delivering a turkey to a family member of ours who wants the turkey because I get a free turkey at work, and we're not going to cook one because we do not really know how to pull it off. We tried it one time and we ended up cooking the turkey with the innards left in it. Yes, it was a famously bad Thanksgiving lunch that we just laughed and had a good old time. This was the first one that me and my wife had together by ourselves. And anyway, there's a lot of really good memories attached to Thanksgiving, and I think that most folks really enjoy a litany of foods, that are associated with Thanksgiving. Myself, I'm not the biggest turkey fan. I, um, I would definitely lean more towards some of the sides, and I am not mad at the old pecan pie as a dessert. I really, really, really enjoy dinner rolls, always have, and if done right, they are fantastic. I remember my poor granny, rest her soul, every time she would cook Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, she would always burn the rolls. So it's a little bit of a family tradition to put the rolls in and forget about them in memory of Granny Porter. But anyway, I think that turkey is overrated. I will go on record and say that. But if I had to have it, I've got to have it fried. And I would like to try it smoked sometime. I've never been uh, fortunate enough to know anybody with a smoker to smoke the turkey, but I'm open for invites if anybody out there wants to do such as that. You know, I think that macaroni and cheese is always a good side with any meal, especially Thanksgiving. Become a big fan of the green bean casserole. My wife makes an excellent one, and she has turned me on to so many foods over the years that is obviously on the list as well. It's something really, really good that I don't remember eating much of it before we got together, and I'm sure glad that she turned me on to it because I can eat a bushel of it rather now, a big old pile of it. But I think the highlight for me for Thanksgiving lunch or dinner, whatever you want to call it, is the sweet potato casserole. And for the longest time, I don't even remember eating it. I don't know if it was there when I was growing up at the Thanksgiving dinners that I attended, but man, sweet potato casserole is just, it's a phenomenal, it's dang near a dessert though, let's be honest. It's a side item that most folks eat with their, lunch or dinner or whatever, but it is just so good. Sweetness, and I love sweet potatoes. I mean, when I'm, being good and eating good, trying to shed some pounds and stay away from bread and whatnot, I eat a lot of sweet potatoes with meat, and that's enough to get me on through the day. I guess it's because I'm so addicted to sweets and have always had a sweet tooth. Maybe that's the reason why I love, sweet potato casserole so much. But I think that that's probably for me, the highlight of Thanksgiving is sweet potato casserole. Let's see, you got to have mashed potatoes and gravy. That's always good. I think mashed potatoes and gravy, if done right, is an essential side for any down home meal. So if you want to have it on Thanksgiving, I think you should. I don't know of any other way to do a potato for a Thanksgiving. I guess you could do them roasted or in a crock pot or something like that, if you wanted to. But the traditional way is the old mashed potato, and it's pretty hard to beat. I think it's probably going to be, I'd have to say that's probably second on the list for a Thanksgiving dinner. But again, I'm not opposed to any new ideas. If somebody's got some new ideas of how to prepare those potatoes. Anyway, other than that, I just wanted to take a little time and talk a little bit about Thanksgiving as we roll into it. I've had many memorable Thanksgiving dinners, and it used to be associated with just eating till you just was so full you couldn't stand it, and then napping and whatnot. I actually have a little bit of a weird situation that happens every year. I don't ever take off work on Thanksgiving, so we end up trying to fit 4 days into 5, so it can be a little bit challenging. And I've always found that day after, going to work on that day after Thanksgiving is particularly challenging, because that is the old Black Friday, the big shopping day, which I can proudly say that I do not participate in. I went one time with my mom when I was about 14 or 15 years old, and I saw grown women fighting over dish rags and stuff like that. So that broke me of that. I would rather pay more for items than to have to go through all that. I understand some people find some unbelievable deals, but I do not care, and I hope that I never have to go to another one of those. I think they've calmed down a little bit. They were getting a little bit out of hand, like basically starting at like 4 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. I think they've pretty much stopped that now, hopefully, and everything's calming down with that, because I mean, what do you really need bad enough to go in there and have to do hand-to-hand combat with your fellow American to get? I don't understand that. But anyway, Thanksgiving is next week, and I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving that celebrates it. I remember a couple of years ago we were having Thanksgiving dinner with some friends of ours that we do have Thanksgiving with most years, and there was a lady there that worked with them that was from Canada, and it was her first Thanksgiving, and I was like, dang, she's really not acting like it's a big deal. And it's not a big deal because they don't celebrate it up there. So kind of makes sense that it wasn't that big of a deal to not be with her family, so to speak, for Thanksgiving. You learn as you live, and you interact with other people who are different and from different places. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and this has been the PM transmission for November the 18th, 2021. I will be speaking to y'all again soon, I'm sure. God bless.